Hey, thank you. Thank you for such good, quick introduction. We have very little time and the topic is very interesting. So we're gonna keep it sharp. Ideally is to try and understand uh, the impact of hyper-personalization and AI, the two of the most spoken about buzzwords across LinkedIn and other conversations. We have the right people, we have the right panel. Let's ask questions which will help us understand the subject very, very well and the impact of it. From every brand right now on the internet or on digital is trying to find either the right customer, one right customer, or the one right message, or the one right moment. Are we trying to personalize this communication, or what do we actually mean by hyper personalization when it comes to the audience that you are trying to cater to? And this is a very short perspective driven question to each one of you, if you all can have a quick take on it.
Hello everyone. So good morning. I think when we start talking about hyper personalization, it has to, in my mind, do with a lot of data which we can have across the kind of people who are visiting us. So we are a paint brand, yeah. And if you look at a paint brand, somebody who's interested, who's in the we call a term painting cycle. Anybody who's in the painting cycle, first we'll need to identify those segments, cohorts, and once they get their painting done, they would maybe come back to us after 3 to 4 years. And we are a new kid on the block. We have only 1 year of operations which we have done so far. So for us, more than hyper personalization, the first year has been about reach. Yeah. So, but slowly and gradually, we are also seeing that a lot of people who come visit our websites, who try to get in touch with us, there are a lot of repeat customers. And the hyper personalization journey for us begins with that repeat visit. Yeah. So the first time they come, they see something. And this is where, with the tools and technology, with the data, we are trying to see how I can find out who's coming to me, what was it that they exhibited the behavior before, and then on the one perspective of hyper personalization is on the website, how we can then show them a different content or a different banner, be it, because the objective is to engage and increase the stickiness with that consumer once they have come again. Yeah. So that is something which in a nutshell is more about hyper personalization for us. And during the course, while again with paint, the other business which we do is painting services we apply. So during the course of painting service, till the time we actually win over the customer and we are able to get an order from him, till in that particular period, how we can communicate to that particular consumer with more personalized content, which will again take that journey, it will make it sharper and it will get us the win in the end. Yeah. So that is hyper personalization for us. Yeah.
Super. Tejas?
Good morning. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Thank you, E4M, for organizing this. Wonderful to see new faces because it's independent agencies. So good to see you all. I think when it comes to hyper personalization, for me, it's a means to an end. And what I mean by that is we are actually trying to sell everyday. I'm from HUL. We sell everyday products like soaps, soups, shampoos. And it's about getting people to use more of the product. So it's about driving penetration or increasing frequency of purchase. It's fairly straightforward. Our products sell in 9 out of 10 Indians use our products. So in terms of penetration, we are quite good. We've already had strategies like winning in many Indias. We have WIMI across geographies. We have WIMI across affluence. WIMI is winning in many Indias, sorry. So for me, as I said, personalization, hyper-personalization is just a means to an end. The end is actually to de-average. And de-average it for a business need or a consumer need. What I mean by that is if there's a consumer need for a slightly stronger toothpaste which gives you more refreshing feel after you brush, it would be driven by what's the cuisine of that state and not necessarily what you consume as a person. Because in FMCG, you would also want a relatively large total addressable market. So you would then customize the product, or you would de-average that product out from your base freshness toothpaste that you sell. Same is the case for soap, same is the case for our foods category. So really for me, hyper-personalization is great, but we have to be mindful of how much you want to personalize based on your business you are in, based on the category that you're playing in, and based on the return that the category is likely to give you by hyper-personalization. All of us are profitable companies. We don't want to go down the path of, making huge losses just because we want to segregate 1.4 billion people into 1.4 billion individuals.
Over to you, Riya.
Thank you, eForum team, for having me here, and it's great to see all of you. And as I think I will take from what Tejas said, I think hyper-personalization, if it goes beyond a particular, personalization to another consumer, it becomes quite creepy, right? Because as you move into a world, you don't want them to know everything about you. And even if you know everything about the consumer, you don't want to tell them that you know everything. So anyway, I'll just come about it from a Britannia lens. For us, ground zero media for us is our packs. So we sell about 18 billion packs in a year. That might be very small for you, Tejas, but for the rest of us, it's big. So that's about 1.5 billion every month. So what we have got is obviously QR codes, because that is what is available for us. But for each of our brands, whether it's Mari, whether it is Good Day, whether it is Milk Bikis or 50/50, we have found out which are the platforms that consumers are looking at, and we have something which leads to each of these platforms in each of our packs, right? So even when we don't have much media money to spend, there's the pack which is available for us in the market. So for example, if we are talking about 50/50, we've taken cricket as one of the platforms, and we keep changing maybe, what is it that the consumer gets over a period of time. So for Golmaal, we had associated with Ravi Shastri. So, you can put in whatever, you can ask some questions, and Ravi Shastri can actually reply back to you in his own mannerism, or, in some googly manner, right? So that's what we have done. We collect data, and then we can actually go back to them with maybe some cricket trivia or cricket data or something like that. So that's what we have done, and we have identified platforms like that for all of our brands. So that's ground zero for us, and as we move along, maybe we can talk more about, I would like to know more about personalization from everybody else.
Thanks, Surbhi. Amit?
Hi, good morning everyone. Thanks for eForum and my fellow panelists. It's a very touchy topic, to be honest, on the media lens point of view, because we manage the media a lot, and especially what Channel Factory do in terms of we are a YouTube measurement program partner. And second, we got a YouTube activation partner patch recently. We started our chapter in 2024 in India, and I will step back a little bit on that. Hyper-personalization is a very important aspect, as I see that two CPG brands are sitting next to me, and Birla on the other side, and agency folks are sitting here. What is important in the lens of every bar marketer here is, are they using the right content? It is a very, very big piece with the scale. Because in a social platform, most of the people are spending close to 65 to 70% of the media spends are happening there. Hyper-personalization is very, very important. But its creative is amplified to them, but at the end of the day, are they using the right media metrics on this? Because it's a vast, and we have a nuances of close to 17 language which we play in India right now. Yeah. And English and Hindi is the predominant language point of view. I'll pass to the next, because I know there's a lot more to talk on this.
Hi, I'm Anchal. I run the 1702 digital network. So we have this advertising arm of ours called Cord, and 1702 digital does your performance marketing and your tech and the media buying part of it. So interestingly, when you talk about hyper personalization in AI, both the entities have seen a very different approach and very different level of struggles or limitations with hyper-personalization in AI. And I speak for more than around 60-70 brands that we work with day in, day out. So there have been a lot of good case studies. Now, if you talk about content creation and advertising, of course, when you're creating content at scale, hyper-personalization has always helped. But last time, which was your favorite AI ad that you all remember? It will not click when you're talking about a brand personality, because even if you're doing, let's say, e-commerce content, if you're doing, brand creatives, AI will give, you can give the same prompt, but it will give you a very generic image, and after a point of time, it will hit a ceiling, right? It will not give you the brand personality and the differentiation that you want. So of course, content generation agencies can create content in seconds, but when it really comes to differentiation, AI will hit a ceiling very quickly. On the other side, when you talk about the delivery part of it, when it comes to media buying, performance marketing, what Amit also does. So there, of course, hyper-personalization, we've seen much more successful case studies where we've been really able to target not just a demographic, let's say of 35 to 40, but actually a 35-year-old who may be a father who may be single, who may be from a tier 3. So it's not just a 35 to 40, it's also that 35 to 40 has so many variations in a culturally rich context like India. So of course there we've been able to see some inroads. Of course some limitations are of course there, but overall it's been interesting. Of course AI is also learning. It's a long way to go for India, because most of these tools, also the images that you see, they're not very India specific, they're not very India focused. So it's still like a work in progress, but I'd love to hear more on what the brands have also seen.
Thanks, Anchal. Great. Tejas, at scale, I mean, FMCG, HUL, you're working at scale, right? When you're taking decisions for buying media or creating comms for media, what are you leaning towards? Is it data precision, or is it cultural intuition, or is it a combination of both?
I think for most of your, let's say, which are business as usual ideas, it will be hardcore data-driven decision making. And thankfully with AI, it's far easier to turn around MMMs faster, get them to ingest a lot more data to give you more actionable output. So I think on a lot of the BAU, business as usual, it's actually very, very data-driven. If there are specific campaigns we are doing because there's a festival around, or there are specific categories that we want to activate in a geography, we would definitely look for opportunities in culture. So we possibly tie up with the most number of movies in India, we possibly create the most number of influencer content pieces in India, and so on and so forth. So it's not an either or. It again always comes down to what's your job to be done, what's your objective for the campaign, and whether it's AI, whether it's work done on pen and paper, it will always start with what's the marketing objective, and as I said, it's just a means to an end. I know it's cool, I know that it can drive extreme productivity, but let's not forget that AI is not the end, it's just a means to an end.
Thanks, Tejas. I'm going to come back to you with a follow-up question on that. But Riya, again, AI helps you build great comms, great creatives, quick, targeting different cohorts that you want to target. I want to understand from you, have you tried doing that? If yes, has it worked for you when it comes to conversions, or in what part of the funnel it really helps you?
So I'm going to flip it a little bit, because we don't do too many creatives which are very, very hyper-personalized. And I'm going to just come back from, what we do with each of our consumers for each of our particular products, right? So to take an example, we have a product called Milk Bikis, culturally relevant in Tamil Nadu. We have more than 95% share and all of that in milk biscuits. But we just wanted it to be more relevant, more new, more for the here and now, right? So what we did was making the dad the hero, because we always have moms running after kids' nutrition and all of that. So what we said was, dads, when they can be part of the bedtime stories of their kids, right? So what we said is, scan the pack and then just scan any object in your room. It could be a table lamp, it could be a water bottle, any of those things, and you will get immediately a story which is revolving around that, right? And the possibilities are infinite. So we have trained the model to give out any kind of stories, and if there is something that the model doesn't know, it will take the closest connection to that, and they will make out the story. We have more than 500,000 people who have actually made the stories, and we are talking about just one market, Tamil Nadu, right? So, of course, Milk Piggies is huge there and all of that. So AI, along with personalization, has really helped us connect a lot in that market, right? So that is probably how we have used personalization in the market.
So you took cultural intuition, used AI to build relevance. So basically, one message to 1 million relevant people, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to conclude from your statement. Amit, over to you. Amit, you see a lot of brands are making AI videos, dumping across platforms, social platforms, like Anchal also spoke about it. From your lens, are those creatives, are those videos actually adding any value to the brand? Is it brand track mein badh raha hai? Is it increasing conversions? What is it? Is it even helping, or is it just a vanity metrics that everyone can show to their CMOs?
So, it is a very interesting one. Let me tell you guys here, this is my Karn Bhumi. I would say that. And Mumbai is a Karn Bhumi, but I am not a Mumbaiker. I don't understand Marathi, nor my family. I've been encountered multiple times a Marathi creative on my TV screen. So that's how it is. The industry is going on right now, and why it's happening, because everybody see on the lens, we are targeting Mumbai, and maximum Marathi people will be there. But unfortunately, it's a Cosmo, and 30 to 40% of the people are coming from other states and cities, and that's where the media wastage comes in. So for my lens, hyper-personalization is important, but it is relevant when you are serving the ad through the content point of view. If the content is say Marathi, and you are serving the ad of Marathi language, then it's more relevant. And we have seen these cases a lot, because because it's YouTube itself, it's a big environment, and where audio transcript doesn't allow to anyone. But being a company, we have that badge and we work on this. We manage to 48 language globally. In India, we manage 14 languages. And where the language targeting is a biggest barrier for every marketer, and then you end up doing a media wastage. So, yes, it is relevant, hyper-localization is relevant, but at what scale you are looking for, and are you using the right tool? I would always say, as we are evolving in the AI generations and doing a lot of tech-enabled environment, are we using the right tool and deploying on that? If the score goes 60-40, then it's, even if efficiency comes in CTR, VTR and all those things, end up something going on. But if the score goes relevancy of 90 or 100, then brand recall will increase. So creative will be the secondary for me. The content is the primary objective, because you are serving the ad on the basis of content, not the blank page of the creative.
Thanks, Amit. Superb. Anchal, you're running an agency. The new thing that we discussed also is how AI and hyper-personalization is being demanded by clients, and what is it that you are tracking as success? Is it relative to your normal ads versus hyper-personalization ads generated with AI? Are you saving time on resources? Are you getting better conversion at a cheaper cost? What is it?
Yeah. So, on a creative perspective, what I'll do is I'll probably give 3-4 examples, live examples of what we've seen. I think that'll help. So there was a QSR brand that we were working with, and this was, there's this fasting period that was going on, both Navratri, Ramadan, So while we were serving ads, after a point of time, we saw a lot of, again, ad wastage that was happening. And of course, impressions were also going waste because they were not going to, consume the product at that point of time. So that is where we couldn't find a tool to really, clean up the database, and that is where human intervention had to come in, even when the kind of ads that we were serving were actually from a tool where we didn't have to manually put in cohorts. We use Celtra, I think Unilever uses that a lot, where we just fed a video, and if there was a demographic, let's say of again 40 to 45, the video would cut in various relevant pieces and serve it to people based on their interest. So let's say if I'm a 45-year-old who loves to travel, it will show me the part of the video which will help me gauge my interest as per that and show me the relevant part only. So we used a lot of AI to feed content, but when it came to ad delivery and weaning off the wastage part, we had to kind of use a human intervention, right? Another example I'll give you is, there's again this mutual fund that we were working with, and again, various behavioral aspects, and earlier we had to put a manual set of creatives, let's say 10 creatives for a particular cohort. Right now we only put a base image, and then they change the background and they change everything around it according to the likes and behaviors of the person. So of course there have been means and ways where AI and personalization has really helped. When it comes to how it's helping our clients, I think it's bringing our costs down a lot. So earlier, we just made a film for let's say ID Fresh Food. So earlier, if you had to do a product shoot, it would have costed them, let's say, launching a product anywhere between 10 to 20 lakh, right? We used 50% AI CGI images, which would otherwise cost a lot if you were to shoot, and 50% we use actual images. So most of the content that even brand product videos that we are creating, we're able to bring those costs down for the client. So now they're able to, because you're launching products every month, otherwise you can't compete with the DTCs out there, specifically I'm talking about CPG companies. So from that perspective, their product launch creative costs have come down, and media wastage also has come down, but it does require equal set of human intervention as and when.
So just to add on Anchal point of view, we've been encountered multiple times on these issues. Because Hanuman Chalisa, I think everybody knows, and there's some article being shipped on LinkedIn, I was noticing. Licious is a very known brand when sentiment goes very high. So you mentioned about creative, and the content comes in the picture. Somebody is not watching it, listening the Hanuman Chalisa because nobody is watching that, and Licious ads comes in, McDonald's ads comes in. What is the brand image? That's called, because they label themselves in a YouTube environment is the music, and when the creator or when the set of the campaigns happen, you are not removing that and you are running the campaign on this.
Has anyone seen, have you compared the result of what an AI image can give you in terms of conversions or impressions versus creator made? I really want to ask that question because we do have a case study, but I want to understand, I think, from you all as well once.
So I think we experimented slightly, yeah. So we started with some kind of, we have not had a full creative done with AI, but certain components of that creative is something which we generated. So we have seen that there is a faster turnaround time in any creative. So that is something which we have already seen, and it's been proven that when we work with our agencies also, we tell them that, we also have a MarTech tool which we have internally. We said, you use this tool and see that you get some more creative options which bases the brief, which the tool is also given, it will generate something, and then the agencies also leverage that and generate that. So there is a faster turnaround definitely. And what we are also now looking at is some kind of building blocks which we can create again with the tool, which, and what it helps is, and it goes back to the point Amit was saying, that we are entering into an era of smarter segmentation. Yeah? So with the smarter segmentation, the same segment, if you had 10 people in it. But now if I'm able to get a smart segment out of it, basis the data from the behavior, everything which we are collecting on our customers, basis that smarter segmentation, then depending on if somebody is where I want to pitch a luxury product to them versus an economy product to them, because of those building blocks which we are creating, we are able to change the creative into a luxury. So that is something which we are developing right now. It's not ready yet, but that is something for us that will go into the scope of hyper-personalization.
Surbhi, one question. You said that you're using hyper-personalization with AI for existing customers to build relationships so that the brand recall is high, and when the time comes to repurchase, they kind of come back to you. I want to see, I mean, from traditional methods to the new hyper-personalization with AI methods, has it shown better conversions with returning customers, or?
So we are only 1 year into our business, yeah. So we don't have return as in somebody getting the repainting done with us, because I said the painting cycle is at least 4 years, yeah. So, but what we are looking at is, and it's more than the hyper personalization, the AI, which we are looking at to track and ensure there is better conversion. So for us, conversion is more important, yeah, because of the the kind of customers, the kind of visitors. I will even start with visitors who are seeing our creatives, digital campaigns, which they are seeing, they are coming in, they are giving us some bit of information, but how we ensure that we are with them entire way. Yeah? So this is where a lot of many times that personal connect with the consumer also helps in a better conversion. So operationally you cannot set up such a big team that with all the consumers who are coming in. So that is where the personalization at that level comes in with technology. Yeah. So again, I think there was a very good point. With the right set of technology, how we can engage with the same consumers and see if somebody is standing on the final leg of conversion and they are just not making the payment, yeah. So the order we are not able to convert. How I can instantly then give them some discount, some more value, which and actually ends them converting. Yeah. So these are the things which we are looking at first, because again this is something which is there. The other channel, because we also sell via our channel partners. Yes. So the channel partners, that is what we are looking at. If we can now enable or give them some platform so they can do their own creatives. Correct. For their own, the dealers who are working with us, they also have a network, a larger network, and that is where we are creating again some tools right now which will help them create something.
Not only creators, but also comms with their customers, which will be in a structured format. Great. Over to everyone. Just laying out the foundation. I've heard, I think so, very good pointers. Is it finding that one customer in the billions or millions of people that we have, or we find, like Riya mentioned, finding the right cultural context, that one cultural context, and scale it to millions? From all of y'all, I want to understand, are there patterns that you all have identified that 1 in a million is for this particular topic, but culturally relevant topic, that is the one topic to 1 million people, is what you should rely on better conversion or a better brand recall, could be brand lift, so on and so forth. So over to you all. Yeah, we can start from Anchal.
Yeah, so I think it is very obvious to me. It's that we are all fighting for brand space. Conversion, more or less, for me, from whatever I've seen, it's almost become a commodity right now, where the only differentiator would be that I'll really go and find the relevant context and scale it, rather than only focus on conversion. Although conversion, of course, it's a very different methodology. I wouldn't say that, which is why there is a brand team and there is a media team, right? So both of them, one will take care of your share of voice, the other will, of course, take care of your conversion. Of course, they fall in the same funnel, but then there are various different methodologies to do this. So I'll wrap up at that.
Okay, so for my point, I will stand on the same thing, which is contextual and creative together. Hyper-personalization is possible if depend upon how you're reaching out to the end consumer and talking to the one-on-one. One use case, in the winter, everybody is looking out to have a Maggie or something, and they are looking for the recipe, just example, and you are serving the ad of any Maggie brand or noodle brand, it will be more relevant than the serving a car brand, which is irrelevant for that. So Yeah, the answer is yes, it's possible if you're using the right tool.
For me, I think it depends on the brand's requirement. So we have a protein bar which sells maybe to a very few number of people. At that time, personalization is very, very critical. Okay, you have to understand the consumer, whether it is a gym goer or a casual health eater and all of that. And hence, that is the kind of approach that I will take for certain set of brands. And in the Milk Wikis example, I've already got a market share. What I need to do is to make sure that I remain consistent in their consideration set so that they keep buying me more and more. So at that point in time, maybe scale along with being culturally relevant is something that I will look for. And we have a lot of brands in between. So different brands probably will need different approaches.
So I think again it will come down to what you're selling. If you're selling private jets, then you find that one person in the building. If you're a CPG company, then try and address everybody. So I think that's where I am on that. I think a couple of quick points. Yeah. I know time's up, but I'm assuming I have the liberty. It all. So as I said, it's AI is a means to an end. There was a question on whether you think AI creators work better than human-made creators, for lack of a better articulation. I think my take is that the consumer doesn't know if it's AI made or human made, right? So it doesn't matter. Whichever creative works for your brand, if it was made by a machine, it was possibly done at a lower cost, so great for you as a marketer. But if that creative doesn't deliver the uplift that you're looking for, then is it really useful? I would rather pay a human to make a far better creative if it's going to give me like 10x more sale. So there is no hard and fast rule, science, set of guidelines that we've arrived at saying, AI works better, AI made creators work better than human made creators. I think the second use case for AI, honestly, with all the data which is available in the digital world, is can you find the right insight for your brand? So you know your brand's positioning, you know the market that you're trying to address. Can you find, and then possibly even segment, can draw 4 or 5 large segments. But the real joy for me is not in making, like hundreds of creatives. You can pay 100 more people and still get creative. But the real joy for me of AI is actually finding that right insight. And if you can make your brand relevant to 2 or 3 large segments, but through great insight, then that's a far better ROI case for AI than generative. I'm not trying to, de-sell Gen AI by any means. It is important. I fully appreciate and understand. We make thousands of creators on AI, by the way. So I know it works. But the real upside for me is in finding the right insight through AI.
Thanks, Tejas.
I think I'll just add, because most of the things are covered. So maybe we are debating this today, but we'll not debate it 3 years down the line, yeah? So this is not a debate of scale versus relevance, cultural insight, AI can do this or not. We have already started seeing AI can do. I'm a technologist at heart, so I would always believe that technology will be able to do be it at scale, be it bringing relevance, be it bringing conversion. So everything is possible, and overall, I am a firm believer that a lot of the content creatives, the personalization of 1:1, maybe 10 years down the line, personalization or to, as I said, smarter segments. Maybe it started already. It's something in the next 3-4 years which will really come up and do well. So that kind of personalization is going to happen, and it is going to happen with the right technology.
Thanks everyone. I'll just quickly sum it up. Time is up. Give me 2 minutes, please. I think overall what we understood is very, very simple. There is no right answer to hyper-personalization and AI per se. It is very, very imperative for us to understand what your product demands, who is it catering to, understanding the context of the audience, finding insights which are relevant to the audience, and then building a comms promise or a communication channel, mediums and comms overall. Now, whether you use AI to do it or individuals to do it, that's a very individualistic thing. If you can use technology rightly and get the output, great for everyone. If not, if a humanly made creative is communicating the same message and getting us that conversion, that's great. So yeah, guys, that's our time for today, and I hope it was an insightful session for everyone out here. Thank you, everyone.